Hello there, and welcome to Ilum Radio. We're your hosts, Dave the Bearded Menace, and with me always is my good pal and great friend, Millie. How are you doing? I know you're excited today, Millie, for
I'm
a lot of stuff.
super excited. Super excited for not only the Bad Batch episode, but also the new Star Wars news we will be talking about this episode.
Yes,
and there's
we
a
will.
lot. So, do we just want to get right into the news because we have a lot to get into?
Yes, let's get right into it.
What do we want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about the new people that were announced today. They're going to be at Celebration.
Today, the Monday after the first batch of reveals, I guess.
Yep.
Because we're recording this on Monday, the day they dropped the new stuff.
So right now the date for all of you keeping track is February 6th. Let me just pull up the Celebration. So do you want to announce who's gonna be there, or you want me to announce?
Yeah, I'll just look at the picture and be like, okay, first of all, yeah. I'll just look at your screen and say, okay, they announced this.
So it's gonna be. Actually, I have it on my phone, but so they're announcing, or they're gonna have they did announce that we're gonna have Gwendolyn Christie that's gonna be there, aka
Gwendolyn Christie,
Captain Phasma. Ming-Na Wen, Fennec Shand.
Not surprised.
Nope.
He goes to a lot of cons.
Matthew Wood, voice of General Grievous.
Yes.
Jonas.
And Kylo Ren.
Really?
Don't forget Kylo. Yeah, in the Lego video games and also Battlefront 2, the masked version.
Got it.
Fun fact.
Got it.
Yes. So if you listen to any of Kylo's voice in the Lego games and Battlefront 2, the masked version, that is him.
Got it. Okay.
And I think, and he also voices him in Star Wars Resistance. So yes, he is voicing Kylo Ren. So he's basically the voice of Kylo Ren at this point. Because Adam Driver probably doesn't want to do Kylo Ren anymore, so...
Yeah. I mean, if they do start releasing sequel content like we hope, we'll probably won't see a Kylo Ren running around or a Ben. But who knows? Maybe we will.
We'll see.
If it's animated, maybe.
I don't want to... Yeah, I can see it being animated anyway. We've already had this discussion.
Jonas Suetamo, the guy, he's basically the new body for Chewbacca.
Jonas. I met him at Rhode Island Comic Con 3 years ago.
He seems like a nice guy. How is he?
Actually, no, 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? It was 3 years ago. It was 2020. No, it was 2019. 4 years ago. Never mind. It was 4 years ago I met him.
Silas Carson, Kai Adamundi. I can never pronounce that right. You know who I'm talking about? It's the guy with the big freaking head people at home, just in case. Aiden Cook, who also played Two Tubes in...
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
Two Tubes.
It's very specific.
Now, I think these are probably going with theories, as we always do with people they've announced.
Oh, God.
I want to say half of these are probably, just... people they're going to have there, just, do autographs and meet and greets and things to talk about behind the scenes stuff.
Of course.
The voice actor for General Grievous, maybe not. Ming-Na Wen, maybe not. Maybe she's going to announce something kind of dope. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Mando Season 3 is going to be airing during Celebration. They'll probably be promoting that during that with Pedro Pascal if he shows up.
Or... Book of Boba Fett Season 2, maybe.
If they confirm that, yes.
It'd be
it's
her.
It's part of the universe.
Yeah. But I think you said you had a theory about Dennis Lawson.
Yes. Okay. I didn't think about this until after we talked about all the theories, because I completely glossed over Dennis Lawson. So. Wedge Antilles. Part of Rogue Squadron in the original trilogy.
The Rogue.
Patty Jenkins, Rogue Squadron, starring Wedge Antilles, as an old man in the sequel era. Please.
Huh.
I mean, come on. They teased that in The Rise of Skywalker. He only showed up once in The Rise of Skywalker in his X-Wing. He showed up for one scene, and he also showed up in the book. we need more Wedge Antilles in the sequel era. Give us Wedge Antilles Rogue Squadron.
Do
Calling
we
it right
know when Rogue Squadron takes place?
Nope.
In the new trilogy? Or the new
I think
canon?
it's supposedly sequel trilogy era. Supposedly. I don't know, but I just want Rogue Squadron to be sequel trilogy era, and I want it to star, like, Janice Lawson as Wedge Antilles as, like, the mentor to the new pilots. Make that happen. If I am right, quote me on that. Because I love Wedge Antilles so much. He's so underrated, and I just want more content of him. So
the official description on, I think you're right, the official description on Wikipedia, the next Star Wars feature film will be Rogue Squadron, directed by Patty Jenkins. The story will introduce a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives in a boundary-pushing, high-speed thrill ride and move the saga into the future era of the galaxy.
I'm telling you, Wedge Antilles' mentor figure, main character, please. Make him be like the Luke Skywalker / General Organa / TFA Han Solo of this film. Please.
It's going to be like... it's going to be like the Star Wars equivalent of Top Gun. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be Top Gun Maverick, but like in Star Wars with Star Wars skin on it. Like,
I'm so on board with this theory. Like when I realized this thought in my head, I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. So, yes.
How do we not catch
that? If this happens, I called it, and you owe me a soda.
That's fine. You heard it here first, folks. Like it's gonna be a thing.
Oh my god.
Next up on video game news, and yes, it's Star Wars related.
Yes.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor was pushed back and delayed to April 28th of 2023. So still this year.
Which means no Dave gameplay in March.
Yeah, it's gonna be in April. Actually, what day is that in April?
It's like...
Still a Wednesday?
Is it before or after Celebration? It's after, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, because that's going to be on a Tuesday. So it might be like, it's definitely going to be at the April 28th. Yeah, it's going to be at the ass end of March, April. Oh, it's a Friday. I can get
Wait, hold on. Maybe. When's it dropping? Wait, what's the new release date and when's Celebration?
The new release date is going to be April 28th. That's the last week of April. So it's going to be well after Celebration.
Like a week after?
Let me remember when Star Wars Celebration is again. Give me 2 seconds.
Is it the first week of April?
I thought so, but I could be wrong. Star Wars Celebration 2023 will take place... It'd be nice if you gave me the date. Hang on. Let me click on the actual website. April 7th through... So April 7th is like the first day of it.
So it's the first week. And then the end of the month is Jedi Survivor. Actually, isn't the book coming out sooner though? Like the book Jedi... Like the prequel book to Jedi Survivor?
Maybe. Let's find out.
Is that coming out again? Still get that before Celebration also.
Jedi Survivor book. Battle Scars, is that it? March 7th.
Yes, Battle Scars.
So a little, depending on when you're watching this recording, in about a month.
Live read of Battle Scars on stream. That'll take forever.
Yeah, well, that'll be like 8 shows, 9 shows, about an hour each maybe.
Twitch stream every week. No.
Hey, you know what? I don't think anyone's ever read a book on a Twitch stream, so, you know.
We'll both, react to it live, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that will work.
So
I don't know. We'll see. So
I honestly don't mind that they're going to delay Jedi Survivor at all. Because that means they're going to make the game better. At least assuming they're going to make it better. We might get a trailer during Celebration.
Or PAX.
To your point, yep. We might get one at PAX East as well. So
Because PAX is coming up pretty soon.
Very
Also.
soon, very soon. So
So,
we will see. And I know you have some other news as well, Millie, about a certain book dropping with a certain character,
yes.
maybe, that you're excited for.
So E.K. Johnston tweeted literally this morning, as of this recording, Star Wars Crimson Climb, more details to come, with a picture of Kira on the cover. She looks so good. We know nothing else about this book other than the title.
So let's assume, because that's what you and I do a lot on this show.
Yes.
She's holding Han's dice.
This is literally her jacket during Solo. But she also has the short hair. So this is post Solo, but she cut her hair.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also post comics because she did have short hair in the comics.
Could it also possibly be...
She's wearing most of the same outfit except for like the pants, the one part of the belt, and maybe the holster.
But could this also possibly be like a prequel to all that? Because Crimson Climb can mean one of two things. Her climb in Crimson Dawn to where we saw her, or her climb after
maybe.
Solo.
I mean, I don't know, because in like the comics that take place post Solo, she cut her hair short. So I don't know when this takes place.
The only reason why I think that is because she has Han's dice. And
right,
she had the dice when she met Solo on the yacht with her. Because she gave it back to him.
This could be post-Solo.
Right. So it could be her climb to be like, what's-his-face is like number 2 person.
Balls number 2? I don't remember seeing any Kira/Maul interaction in the comics.
No, the main bad guy that was in Solo. What's his face?
Dryden Voss?
Yes, Voss. That's it. Like, maybe it's her story of how she became his number 2.
Maybe?
Because essentially she was. But I don't know. Maybe she's hunting Solo. I don't know. But it's
possible, but I don't know. Maybe. It is the same haircut from the flashback, though.
That's true.
If you remember the Solo flashback to when she was a little younger, when she got, quote-unquote, kidnapped or held hostage, stopped by the Empire, she had that same exact haircut.
Yeah. So, who knows?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Like, it does look cool, though, and she does look really cool in this cover, so...
Yeah. Well, like E.K. Johnston has said on Twitter and all other social medias, we will get more details in the future. Hopefully, possibly at Celebration.
Yeah.
Most likely at Celebration.
Most likely at Celebration.
On that. What's up?
I just thought like a stupid thought, but I think I'm wrong. I was like, oh, is she going to be at Celebration? That'd be cool if she announced it, but she has no reason to talk about this at Celebration.
Unless they announce like a solo project.
That too.
Solo-related project.
That too.
Make Solo 2 happen, hashtag. Remember that whole thing?
Oh, it should definitely happen. Come on now.
I think the internet will break if that happens. And like Alden Ehrenreich got an Instagram recently, and that's very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Emilia Clarke has had an Instagram for years, and Alden Ehrenreich, who played young Han Solo, finally got one recently. So maybe something related, but completely unrelated too.
I mean, so I liked Solo the second time I saw it. I'm gonna admit.
Same. I loved Solo the second time I watched it.
First time I saw it, I was like, but it was like right in the weird.
It was a shame. It's a shame to admit that I did go to the bathroom during the movie.
Really?
But I do remember I missed the Millennium Falcon reveal because I had to go to the bathroom. unfortunately. But it's okay though because I've seen this movie a bunch of times after that. So
Yeah. It just came out like Disney really picked a really bad time to release Solo.
they really did.
Yeah, we'll finish from here and then we'll jump into this up. But they picked a really bad time, like because it came out like maybe
May of 2018.
May of 2018, right? Yeah, so 5 months after the
Last
Jedi,
Jedi.
and right in the middle of Avengers Endgame, not Endgame. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Avengers Infinity War.
Infinity War.
So it just completely got steamrolled by
Marvel.
Yeah, like they should have just let it just premiere like in December, like they always did.
I know they should have done that in December, but they didn't for some reason.
Yeah, so.
And also the promotional material was pretty late. Also, like I remember they didn't like promote Solo until a month before the movie came out.
I think you're right. I don't even think we had a trailer until
No.
right before.
We were all like waiting for like new Solo news and stuff like that. Nothing.
Huh.
Not even at Celebration Orlando. We didn't. I don't remember we got anything related to Solo.
I think you're right. What I would like to see, because honestly, I love the show format right now that Disney Plus is doing with all these.
Yeah, I'd love to get a
properties.
Solo era Star Wars show.
Yes. Of him just being a smuggler for like 10 episodes, like getting into like
Or
weird
even
shit.
just Kira's adventure.
Yeah, like. I mean, we're
Also,
getting
Enfys
Lando.
Nest.
We're getting
Enfys
Lando.
Nest.
Oh, that's another
Enfys
one.
Nest.
Because we barely saw what Infest Nest is doing. Yeah, so we will
Right,
see.
Kellyman's still around. She's in Willow.
That's
you know,
true.
she has experience doing TV shows.
And
She was in Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yep, that's true.
The recent MCU show. Well, not recent, but she in MCU show. That's currently on Disney Plus.
Yes.
She's in 2 Disney Plus shows, and Erin Kellyman's right there. So I don't know, man.
And she looks relatively the same age. She has not aged like at all since Solo.
So makeup can do wonders.
That's
so.
true. So I mean, she can do it. Like it. She was such. I mean, we're getting way off topic here. The costume looked dope, and her character was cool. So we should at least get something of her.
I have friends who cosplay as Enfys Nest. Give her justice.
Mm-hmm.
Also Kira and also Solo cosplayers. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Anyway.
So.
That's our Make Solo 2 Happen rant there, so.
Is that it for news, or do we have anything more? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think we might have more. I don't remember.
See, this is why you should, when you work on your own show, people, make sure to write stuff down and don't do what we do and do it on the fly.
God. Oh, God. I feel like we're forgetting something, but I don't think we are.
If we are forgetting something, we will probably do its own video or TikTok on it. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, that's right. Visions. Visions season 2.
Right. We got brand new Visions content.
Do
Not
you wanna
content,
pull up
but
a picture?
news.
We want to pull up a picture so we get a visual. Because there is a visual that Star Wars has posted.
There is. The new studios that were revealed for Vision Season 2. I will pull that up right now. So yes, we do have that info for you of who's going to be doing Visions. And it's going to be these guys right here. Right there. Right there. Those guys right there.
Yes. Yes.
So we have Cartoon Saloon, Punk Robot, Omer Studio, Ardaman, Triggerfish,
Ardaman.
Dart
Yes.
Shantijo. I'm saying these all wrong, I'm sure. Studio La Cachete, 88 Pictures, and El Guri Studios.
I'm so excited for the Ardaman one because I love Wallace and Gromit. I grew up on Wallace and Gromit and their other films and stuff like that. Like if you just look up Ardaman's work, they're UK based and they're well known for making Wallace and Gromit. So
I will link these on the I will link these below in the description downstairs under this. But we actually do have from StarWars.com the actual titles of the episodes and the studio doing it. Sith.
Want to read out the titles?
Yep, Sith by El Guri. Screecher's Reach by Cartoon Saloon. In the Stars by Punk Robot. I Am Your Mother by Aardman. Journey to the Dark Head by Studio Mir. The Spy Dancer by Studio La Cacchetti. The Bandits of Golok by 88 Pictures. The Pit by D'Art Gentiro and Lucasfilms. And AU Song by Triggerfish. And that is it right there. And it does give you a quick synopsis of what every single one is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're giving us, and it's right on StarWars.com. They're giving us a lot.
The I Am Your Mother title sounds like a parallel to the obvious reveal, that reveal of Vader being Luke's father. Spoiler alert! In Empire Strikes Back, like that. That's exactly what it sounds like to me.
It does.
And if I'm right, I hope I'm not wrong about that.
But it's cool. I'm glad to see we're gonna get another season of Visions. Very happy we get another season of Visions. Let me just find us the premiere date. Will be May the 4th. Of course it is.
Oh, of course.
And I'm pretty sure, just like the first season, we're probably gonna see every single episode released all at once.
I think one thing to note is that they still put in a well-known Japanese anime studio, but then other international studios that isn't anime related, which is nice.
That is pretty
cool. It's more diverse.
Yes.
More diverse animation styles.
I think what we should do, the episode prior to this, is we should definitely rewatch their first season and talk about it, and have an episode dedicated to that, of course.
Ooh.
Because we never got a chance to talk about it. We didn't have this show alive when that came out.
Oh yeah, but then we'll have to talk about every single episode.
We can.
I mean, we can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all short, so.
Yeah. But that's it for our Star Wars news today, my friends.
That we can think of.
Let us know if there's anything we may have missed, anything you want us to talk about. Either comment below or send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. Now, for our main event, we are talking about Bad Batch.
Main course.
Our main course, Bad Batch, Episode 6, Tribe. And...
I was right.
Yep, this is Gungi. This is the
Once
Gungi
again.
episode. Spoilers, obviously. But yeah, Gungi episode.
Oh, yes. Damn it, I was right again.
Now,
oh, God.
Before we get into it, this episode kind of hit hard, didn't it? I thought...
Oh, yes.
I thought The Lone Clone was, a hard episode, but this one was really, fuck. Fuck. Jen and I were practically crying through this entire episode watching it. Jesus, fuck. I mean, I think for us, mostly because our dog looks like a baby Wookiee. So, he's a little tiny, Shih Tzu Bulldog mix. So he has the hair of a Wookiee and he's kind of, big. So, we're oh, God, it's our boy. But yeah, this episode was, yeah, villages being burned down, children being abused, fuck. Filoni, fuck. What are you doing to us, man? But, yeah, let's get to it. So the clones arrive to Vanguard Axis, which at first I thought was the same ship in Mandalorian, or the same station that he arrived to. But it's not. But it looked...
I did not recognize it. No.
Yeah, it looks similar, though.
That would have been a very... That would have been a very specific parallel if that was the case.
Yeah, exactly. But then the robots, to me, the robots kind of looked like L3. Speaking of Solo, looked like L3 a little bit, didn't they?
I don't remember. I only saw it once on the release day, and that's it. So I don't remember.
You mean L3 or the robots? They're in it.
Both.
Both?
Yes.
This is why I have the Wikipedia of it's really quick. It's going to go over your face really quick, but there's L3 from Solo.
Yes.
And the robots are... Oh, you don't give me the photo, did you? They do now. But the robots look very similar. They have like a very similar design to L3, kind of, except their body's a little bit thicker, but the heads are the same.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but, you know. But
Makes me wonder how Lando got a hold of L3. Or how they met, I guess.
yeah, like...
Huh.
Because these robots look very similar to L3. And
Did we know, like... Hold on, do we know Lando's age? I just... Now I'm thinking about it.
right now?
Like, in general. Like, do we have, like... We kind of know the... We kind of have an idea of how old the Han, Luke, and Leia are. And some other characters.
I think Lando's roughly the same age as Han.
We know on his Wikipedia when he was born.
Let's find out.
Oh no, we're gonna go down this rabbit hole.
Yes, we are.
The Solo Bad Batch rabbit hole of connections. Somehow.
Calrissian. Wikipedia.
Because we know when this show takes place, so we'll get an idea.
Come on. He was born 43 BBY. So 43 before. He's going to be 20 right now in all of this, I think. So he's older than Han.
So he's 20 during the events of Bad Batch. Interesting.
Yeah, because he was born 43 BBY. Bad Batch is around 19 BBY, right?
The Solo is a little bit after that.
So he's a little bit older than Solo. A little bit. So very well he could have gotten L3 from these guys somehow. And reprogrammed her to be like his co-pilot. I don't know. Maybe not. But they look very similar to L3. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he is old enough to be on his own, so...
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how Omega was in this episode? Like...
Oh, goodness. Her friendship with Gunji was not something I was expecting.
Right? There's something... One of my buddies...
Also, like, when her and Gunji at the end of the episode were, like, touching the tree together, it reminded me of the theory that Omega was force sensitive, but not really. Like, she isn't actually force sensitive, but, like... I don't know, man.
So, remember the theory I had about Omega's obviously an upgrade to the other clones?
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So... I forgot where it was said in Clone Wars or even like in the Bad Batch, but the clones that we know that did Order 66, they're known as the Alpha series because they're the first ones, yada yada. So one of my buddies pointed this out.
Boba's Alpha.
Yeah, Boba's Alpha, and he's part of the Alpha series. And there's something my buddy pointed out about the Bad Batch that doesn't really get discussed, but it probably will be. Now, the whole idea of the Bad Batch is they just had like these certain aspects that popped out.
Genetically modified.
Right. So, what if they were just testing out these different genetically modified features and aspects per clone and see if they could put it into all one? There were experiments for what I'm saying is there were experiments for the Omega series. And Hunter has some extra sensory perception, right? He can smell and hear well and all that stuff. And Omega kind of exhibits that in this because she hears like Gunji roaring and she goes to see what's going on. And even at the beginning, she's like, I don't like this place. It feels weird. And even like Hunter was even skeeved out when they arrived. So...
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe it's not...
We've seen how strong she is, too.
Yes, she is.
And, like, her aim is, like, on point.
Yes, like Crosshair.
She's way smarter, and she's as smart as Tech.
Yes, she picks up shit quickly and retains it. Like, part of me
You
thinks,
might be right. You might
yes,
be right about that.
like, and I think that's like it. Like, all the Bad Batch, basically, they were just like, all right, let's see what we can do with this aspect. Cool. Now we know what genetic signature we need to improve this batch or this feature, right? And then they put all that into Omega,
Oh.
and she basically has all their strengths of what they can do.
It's interesting though. Well, I mean, Omega's older than all of them, though.
She
So how
is.
does this? So how does this theory line up? Like,
I don't know. Like, maybe after they saw the improvements on her, they try to see if they can improve it better with the other guys. Maybe they're actually older and she's not. Maybe that's what they kind of put in the paperwork.
they age rapidly, though.
I mean, like years wise. Like, maybe they're like,
I don't know.
because she's like what, maybe 10 or 12, give or take. 'Cause
10 or
she's
12,
yeah,
13, I
she's
don't know.
aging like a normal age. Maybe she is younger than they are. They just
I
put
think her and Boba are Alpha/Boba are basically twins, right?
yeah, or around the same age, or maybe Boba's a little older. But I think that's what her whole thing is, because she heard Gunji, and she goes to fight things off on her own. And another thing, like one my buddy pointed out about this episode specifically, but in this season, she's like their moral compass now. Because they kind of question everything they do, but when Omega says, we have to do this, it's the right thing to do, they go and do it. And she's the one leading them on all these, like, adventures to do things and stuff, you know? Because if it wasn't for Omega, they wouldn't have saved Gunji, and they wouldn't have brought Gunji home.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah. I also called we were going to Kashyyyk.
yep, I love how Wrecker
Called up.
goes, we haven't been to Kashyyyk in a while, like it's a vacation.
Which implies they've been to Kashyyyk before.
Yes.
Where have we seen that? Nowhere else.
But I'm sure they were, you know what I mean?
Definitely off screen, that's for sure.
I mean, they're the special forces, so they probably arrived there first, and then everybody else did. Who knows? But, like, just the way Wrecker says, we haven't been to Kashyyyk in a while. It's like a vacation resort. Like, we haven't gone to the beach in like a bit. Let's do that. How'd you feel about, like, how Gunji responded to, like, Echo and the other clones and stuff?
It was interesting that Hunter even knew, like, Sarawak? Is that the Wookiee language? Triwalk?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
He basically understood Gunji.
But, I mean,
a little bit.
like Wrecker said, if they were already on Kashyyyk before, it kind of makes sense. Kinda.
I was surprised to see that tech didn't translate a lot when they were with Gunji, but when they were with, like, the leader Wookiee, I forget her name, like,
Yana.
Tech was... Yana, like, Tech was translating her.
Yeah. Like that first scene with, like, Gunji in the ship is kind of, after they save him, it's kind of sad, man. Like, he looked like a lost puppy. Or like a lost little, like, teenager. I fucked that. This whole scene at the beginning, like, just fucked me up. Just because, like, it's Gunji.
When he was, like, a little weary about clones because he just experienced Order 66 not too long ago.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Is really sad.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And it sucks. Like, because it's... One, it makes you wonder about what happened to the other Padawans he was with that he collected the lightsaber with, you know? And two, it's like, you know, everyone loves the Wookiees. You hate to see the Wookiees... Even, like, Black Chrysanthemum, who's, you know, a battle Wookiee, you still hate to see the Wookiees get hurt, you know, or hear like, the sounds they make when they get hurt. And it's just... Ooh. But yeah, so... thoughts on seeing Kashyyyk animated? Because we finally got to see Kashyyyk again after...
Oh my god, I was like, I called it because I predicted this episode was going to happen. Basically, 90% of the episode I got right. Like, surprisingly. Like, I called out Gunji, I call it Kashyyyk, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
All right, give me 2
Sad
seconds.
to see no Republic Commandos, though.
So,
Oh.
I have a theory on that also.
Yes.
Yes, so I have a theory about that. Very interesting theory. So, Wrecker's a big guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you kind of squint your eye at Wrecker, he almost looks like a Republic Commando because he even has the blaster, it looks like, of a Republic Commando. So what if the Republic Commandos were just, I don't know, Wreckers, but they weren't as fully modified as Wrecker?
That's a good theory.
I don't think
Wrecker could just be a like an experiment for Republic Commando.
Maybe.
As a you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Because like all the clones are literally the same. There's nothing that should make any of them different. Biologically, they're all the same. So what would make a Republic Commando? And they're all big. Like, it's not just the armor. They're all like bigger than the regular clones by like a little bit. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be reaching, but it's within reach that Wrecker is possibly a Republic Commando who's been a little bit more tweaked. But yes, I really wish we got to see more Republic Commandos in this episode. But we did see clones working with the what are they called again? Fudge. Trandosians, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, kind of gave us like our other effed up scene of the messed up, burnt down,
Oh yeah.
like hut, and again like Gunji getting all sad and stuff. Again,
Where the hell was Chewie during all this?
So
We first meet Chewie not on Kashyyyk.
That's true. We meet him
in Solo. On Minbin.
So where we
Maybe the Transoceans got him and sent him to Minbin.
Maybe. So where we last saw, so if this is all taken within 6 months of Order 66.
Yes. And the last time we saw Chewie was in the prequels on Kashyyyk.
Yes. With Tarkin.
So...
Or not Tarkin.
So... No, but he was on Kashyyyk 6 months ago. So where the hell is Chewie 6 months later?
So either A, he's still fucking shit up on Kashyyyk. Or B, you're right, he's probably already got taken by the Trandosians.
Or the Empire.
Or the Empire. Like he's
because
been taken
the Empire,
somewhere.
we do see the Empire like on Kashyyyk, so maybe they just took Chewie and brought him to Minbin, and he was there for probably a few years before he met Han.
I actually have a theory to why the Trandosians were like on Kashyyyk using Imperial gear and why the Empire hired them
What's
to
your
do
theory?
it. So in the canon, the Trandosians hunt the Wookiees, right? Because the main guy, the commander, like Venomore, he has like a Wookiee pelt like on his shoulder, and he says to them like, "Hey, like 10
What
Wookiee."
is Boba?
Well, like Boba has like the hairs, but like he has like I think the reverse canon to that is because he was like Bosk's boy, and the Trandosians hunted the Wookiees, so he kind of taught Boba how to hunt Wookiees and all that shit also. So I'm guessing the Empire...
Maybe that's our Boba connection. Sorry.
Maybe.
I'm thinking of Boba.
I'm guessing either A, the Empire could not break through the Wookiees' ranks because the Wookiees were just too, like, fuck what you heard and couldn't, like, just would beat them down. So they hired the Trandosians to do the dirty work for them because the Trandosians are already good at hunting Wookiees. Or B, the Empire's just lazy. They're like, here, have some weapons, you deal with it. Like, we're gonna work on the inner worlds and, not worry about Kashyyyk. But bring us some materials from Kashyyyk, we'll support you. These bastards are hired guns, basically. So, So, did you think at this episode that Gunji would go dark side at all?
Oh hell no. He wouldn't go dark side for anything.
I thought it a little bit that he might, just because like how angry he would get at stuff.
No, I mean, look at Caleb Doom. I mean, man, come on. Like, look at Cal Kestis. I mean, we've seen him have his thoughts, but like, he wouldn't actually go there.
Fair. What are your thoughts on like some of the? Another sad part about this, I thought like.
Wait, I just realized. Okay, remember in Jedi Survivor when we go to Kashyyyk? Like, do we not see Gunji there?
We do not. No.
Jesus Christ! What? No. Oh God! I hope Gunji's okay.
He's either he probably pulled a Grogu move. Either A, just stop using the Force altogether and just hiding with his friends in deep in Kashyyyk. You know.
Possibly. Yeah.
Or B, I don't know. He's off world doing good stuff. Like,
I mean, Kashyyyk's also a big planet, but also who knows? I mean, he could still very well be on Kashyyyk and maybe, I don't know, meets up with Cal at some point on secret missions.
Maybe.
Or maybe we'll see him in Jedi Survivor. Maybe that's the connection to Jedi Fallen Order / Jedi Survivor.
Maybe too, you know? Like,
I mean, we do have the book coming up in March, so...
Like, and I hate to be
I don't know, man.
I hate to be like a neckbeard about it, but like what I don't want at all is Gunji surviving all the way up until like the sequel trilogy.
Oh, no, that's a Kix thing.
Because it kind of takes a lot away from what Obi-Wan says in A New Hope. Now the Jedi are all but extinct. Because they make it seem like there's a bunch of Jedi.
Bridger. Well, yeah, I mean, Ezra Bridger, as we all know, is still alive.
Right.
And kicking at this point.
Yeah. But it's like...
At this point when Obi-Wan said that, I mean...
Because, like, let's say if we go to the New Hope era, let's say we know Ahsoka's still around, right?
Well, then again, Obi-Wan might not know about Ahsoka being alive still, and same with Ezra.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
And Kane, well, yeah, he's never met Caleb Doom. Yeah. So yeah. And Quinlan.
We don't even know, like, so, and that's the thing, we don't even know what's going on with Quinlan at all. Hell, we might even see him in this.
Just the name drop. Hey, man, I mean, Obi-Wan takes place a few years after Bad Batch, though, so who knows?
10 years after Bad Batch.
You got Bad Batch. Timelines are weird. This is too big.
We've discussed this in detail many a times. Let's not get lost again. We've gone through this like it's a rabbit hole.
It's gonna connect somehow.
It is, yes. So, what was I gonna say? One cool little trivia thing I discovered watching this episode is we had like these little guys that were running around, like the little cat dudes.
Oh yeah.
They're called the Mylaya Steeds, Mylaya, and because the Bad Batch is like a unused idea from the Clone Wars, Filoni kind of pulled it from another unused idea, which is he thought about using these guys again for the Clone Wars on Kashyyyk as like mounts for the Wookiees, like during the Clone Wars. And they're supposed to represent like their spiritual nature to the planet of Kashyyyk, which they kind of bring up in this when they talk to the trees. And I think it makes it seem like the Wookiees are a bit more, maybe if not force sensitive, also have that extra sensory perception, I guess you could say.
More of a spiritual belief rather than force sensitivity.
Right. And like that, what these guys will be like their spiritual like attachment to the planet. Let me read what he said. The creature was originally designed by series supervisor director Dave Filoni. for an unfinished arc in the Star Wars The Clone Wars animated series set on Kashyyyk, written by Matt Mikonovitz and George Lucas. George Lucas had an idea that the Wookiees knew giant tree spirits that they could summon and ride. So Filoni sketched a Wookiee mounted on a creature that would become the Mylaya for him. Lucas did not like the creature head on the original sketch, so Filoni covered it with a post-it note and drew over it, which is why it looks yellow in the thing. So Filoni kind of recycled some of his ideas from that episode with the tree spirits and them talking to the spirits. Like, he still kind of used it, which is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, we got to meet a new character, Yana, who's leading the Wookiees, which is cool. And they fight the Trandoshan's. I don't know, look, what are some of your favorite scenes in this episode?
Oh God, I mean, and just like Gunji and Omega interacting. And also them fighting together side by side, like the Jedi and the clones before them.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Good
that
call.
gave me feels.
I didn't think about that. The good call.
They're like the next generation clone / Jedi, like fighting, which is insane. I mean, I'd like to think of it as the next generation, which is literally who they are. So, if you think about it, so.
One of my favorite lines from this episode was at the beginning when the robots are like running off and there's blaster fire and Tech goes, the cause of the blaster fire is either Echo or Omega. Most likely Omega.
And then we hear Echo.
And it's like,
that was a funny moment.
It's not wrong. It was Omega. She's the reason why half the shit happens sometimes. Because she's so just like brave and she's going to get in there and like do all this crazy shit. So brutal scene is for me at the end was our leader of the Trandoshans, Venmore, being taken up by the spiders, like webbed up and just like ooh, like what are your thoughts?
That was creepy. Definitely did. Yeah, definitely did. That's all I'm gonna say. I honestly have no other thoughts.
I am a big fan of horror movies, and one of my biggest things I'm always afraid of, like from horror movies, or just something that scares me, would be...
This did get really dark for Bad Batch.
It did. Like, they're setting shit on... Okay, they're setting shit on fire. They're setting religious relics on fire. Wookiees died. Like, Wookiees, like, straight up died in this. Like, got shot and just fell over. Like, that was unexpected. Our boy got, like, the freaking... Venmore, Commander Venmore, like the leader of like the Trandoshans, he got eaten by spiders. Like he's getting pulled up by a web, and he's like like we got like Gunji being abused, child abuse, basically. Hunter saying they should be just kids growing up, and now they're in this war. Like holy shit, dude! Like yeah, this got dark real quick.
This week's episode is gonna be a two episode week, so we're already mid-season.
It is. So these two episodes are coming up. Let me pull that up really quick, because I should have it. I thought I had the episode list. I probably don't. Tribe. I gotta go back. Hang on. Come on. All right. So let's do some quick predictions for the next two episodes. Both dropping. Actually, no. It's not the 2 episode. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. I read it wrong.
It is.
Yeah, it is. You're right. So the episodes this week coming up are going to be called The Clone Conspiracy and Truth and Consequences. What do you think that could be about?
Two-parter. Sounds like a two-parter.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely about Crosshair.
Okay, yeah, I agree on that.
I could see it being about Crosshair and maybe Cody.
Okay.
I think.
Like Clone Conspiracy, it's like
Actually, no. Who else knows about the chip? Rex?
Rex does.
Rex does. We haven't seen him yet.
And we know he's coming because we saw him in the trailer.
Hmm.
And he specifically sought out...
These 2 episodes are definitely the big episodes. I think it's going to be Crosshair. Crosshair centric.
Do you think Crosshair and Rex related, or just Crosshair in general? Or just Crosshair by himself?
Because I think the other clones will think of Crosshair as part of the clone conspiracy, where, like, he's secretly commissioning the clones or something. I have no clue. What are your thoughts?
So I'm thinking clone conspiracy could be... Because there's a lot of clones going AWOL, and they're discovering little by little that there's an inhibitor chip that made them do the thing they wanted to do. Or the thing that they didn't want to do. Because in the last season of Clone Wars, like, Rex was crying, trying not to shoot Ahsoka.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
So it definitely made him do this terrible thing that he just did not want to do. So I think that might be what that's about. Truth and Consequences... Clone rebellion, or a clone rebellion starting.
What if they find out that Palpatine's responsible, like Chancellor Palpatine?
That he's the Sith Lord they've been looking for.
If the truth about Palpatine being a Sith Lord.
I mean, they knew...
Because from their point of view, they still don't know that Palpatine's a Sith Lord.
That's true. They don't know that at all.
They only know about him being the Chancellor.
Yep.
Right?
And now the Emperor, but they don't know him being the Sith.
And do they also not know about Padme's death?
I think they do. That would be a big reveal across the galaxy.
Oh, true. That's true also.
Yeah, everybody... Because that wasn't done in secret. Everybody would know.
Also, Anakin being Vader now, like him being a Sith Lord?
They don't... They just know... So, as far as the clones know, or anyone knows from the canon, Anakin Skywalker died, and Vader's just some new dude out there doing the Emperor's bidding.
Right. And I think, yeah. I don't remember if Rex finds out that, like, later on. I think he finds out later on.
Maybe.
In Rebels, maybe.
I mean, I know Ahsoka does, but I don't know if Rex does.
I don't remember if Rex did.
I don't think he does.
Oh, that's sad. They're like buddies in the Clone Wars. That's really sad.
So as far as he knows, because I don't even think he knows Obi-Wan's alive, maybe.
No. I don't think any of the clones do, especially Cody.
So as far as, like, Rex is concerned, the only friend he has left from the Jedi is Ahsoka. That is it. And even though Anakin's running around and well, I'm sorry, Vader's running around and Vader's probably leading the 501st, they don't know that it's, well, see, that's the thing, I don't know. Because in Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine lands on Mustafar with a bunch of clones. And they take Anakin onto the thing, and they bring him back to, like, the medical frigate to get the suit put on him.
But not all the clones know, right, that he's a Sith Lord, unless...
Only the ones close to Palpatine probably do. I think those would be the only ones that would know.
Like, the clones that were close to Palpatine were just thinking, oh, the Chancellor's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Not thinking, oh, he's the Sith Lord. Right? So...
Yeah.
I have no clue what their point of view is.
But, yeah, it could be clone conspiracy, like the galaxy finding out what's going on with the clones, clone rebellion, clones finding out they have an inhibitor chip. Truth and Consequences, probably, you know, the outcome of that they start a rebellion, or there's an internal clone civil war where these clones are like, yo, that's not what we're supposed to do. Other clones, good soldiers follow orders, and then...
Or maybe Truth and Consequences is about maybe Crosshair finding out about how the Empire really is, and I don't know.
But he already kind of knows, that's the thing.
But... oh, he'll find out maybe Rampart betrays him.
Maybe
Because, like, Rampart doesn't really like Crosshair, so...
Especially now. Maybe that's it. Truth and Consequences is, like, Rampart just setting him out to, like, a suicide mission and stuff. Because he knows...
Pretty much.
He knows.
Now, and Rampart also knows about, like, the Batch being alive still. Remember episode 1? We were like, oh, this is gonna come back later.
Maybe that's what Truth and Consequences is. Like, someone like Tarkin... Grand Moff Tarkin finding out that the Clone Force 99 is still alive. And he just takes it out on Rampart like a motherfucker.
Oh god, yeah. Maybe Rampart's the one that dies instead of...
Maybe. Any closing thoughts in this episode before we call it quits?
I have no other thoughts. This week's episodes are going to be huge. I just have a feeling.
Same.
For sure.
Same.
And I'm also looking forward to next week's Celebration guest news, because I bet next Monday we're going to be getting more guest news.
Oh, absolutely.
So stick around for that.
Absolutely. If it's been following the pattern on Mondays, yes, you are right. We're going to get more. Like, I checked this morning just because I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah, we got the news.
I was right.
More guests. I love this episode. I hope we see more of Gunji. I hope this isn't the last time we see him. And he has a better bookend to his story than just, oh, he's back in Kashyyyk.
I think that's a good bookend for now.
Fair.
Then again, like a few months later in Jedi Fallen Order, where we go on a mission to Kashyyyk, we don't see any sign of him.
And shit is like
then
fucked
again,
up on Kashyyyk.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe in Jedi Survivor we'll get them meeting if he's still around. Like Jedi Survivor is like what, a year later, so 2 years later?
5 years later. So Jedi Survivor takes place during Obi-Wan era.
Obi-Wan. Okay.
So yeah, dark episode, very, very hard-hitting, but still a very good episode. Hopefully we see some of this come back. Anywho, friends, if you liked this episode, please give us some likes and follows and some comments below. Let us know what you guys think. Also, let us know if there's something specific you want us to talk about. So send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on the socials, follow us on Twitter at Ilum Radio, Instagram at Ilum Radio, and also TikTok at Ilum Radio. If you want to find us individually, Millie, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at me_Halperin and on Instagram at Millie_Halperin.
If you guys want to find me and hang out with me on the socials and things, you can find me on Twitter at TheBeardedMenace, like it says right there. Also on Instagram at DailyBeardedMenace. And if you want to hang out with me on a Twitch stream once in a while, twitch.tv/DailyBeardedMenace, where you'll find Millie hanging out in the chat, derailing chat as always with like some random Star Wars things, and it completely stops the show. I don't mind it. That is not sarcasm. It's actually pretty great when like I'm doing something, painting something, all of a sudden
chaos unfolds when a Star Wars thing drops during a stream.
And it's an hour's worth of me talking about this shit live on stream. But anywho, that's where you can find us, guys. As I said before, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Share us all your friends. Share us all your buddies. Let them know who we are. And with that said, that's the end of our show. And as always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you guys. Peace.